Hello, I would like to show you some factorizations, actually like a quadratic factorization. Let's say factorizing a quadratic expression. Of course, if it is possible. I think everybody knows that if you have something like x squared plus bx plus c equals 0. I take a to be 1 in here, the coefficient. If b is in the form of p plus q, and if this is p times q, you can say that you can solve this equation by writing that x plus p in here times x plus q and e equals 0. You can do that if p and q, if b and c are in this spatial form. In a sense, let me write this in a formal way. So it is like x squared plus p plus q x plus p times q equals. So this will be always equal to x plus p times x plus q. As an example, x squared plus, let's say, 5x plus 6, this will be equal to, 6 can be written as 3 times 2 or 2 times 3. At the same time, 5 is 3 plus 2, as you see. So we can just write this as x plus 3 times x plus 2. So this can be factored that way. Of course, there is a harder version of this, more complicated one. What if we have something like, let's say 5x squared plus 28x plus 15. How can I factor this? I would like to write this as a product of two linear factors. So the way I will do it is, I will write a factor of 5x squared. It can be 5x times x. On the other hand, I'm going to write 15 as a product of two numbers. When I do the cross multiplication in here, I will get the middle term. For example, can I say, for example, in here, for example, put 5 and 3. Let's see what happens. So plus 3 plus 5. Let's see. When I do the cross multiplication, I would get 5x times 5, 25x. X times 3 is plus 3x. I will get 28x. So which is the middle term? If I do that, then I can take, let me change the color in here. So this will be my first factor, and the second one will be so this will be my second factor in this case. So I'm going to write this as 5x plus 3 times x plus 5. I hope this is clear. So if you are solving a quadratic equation, if this is equal to 0, then you can just set each factor to be 0 and then solve for x. Okay, let me show you another example of this kind. For example, let's say 2x squared plus 17x minus 9. Let us solve this equation, e equals 0. First factor it out and then do that. So example is, solve this equation for x. In this case, I'll try to factor it and then solve it that way. So I want to write 2x squared as 2x and x, and I will write minus 9 in a way so that when I do the cross multiplication, I will get 17x. So I need to put in here bigger factor, because negative 9 is like 9 times negative 1 or 1 times negative 9 there, and then we can change the or negative 3 times 3 or 3 times negative 3. So what if I put in here plus 9 and then negative 1? When I multiply these two numbers, I will get negative 9. On the other hand, when I do the cross multiplication, let's see what we get. 2x times plus 9 is 18x. X times negative 1 is negative x. 18x minus x is 17x. So I get this middle number right here. So I can say that to this equation, the first factor is 2x minus 1. Second factor is x plus 9. So in this case, let me solve this equation because it's equal to 0. So that equation is equivalent to writing 2x minus 1 times x plus 9 equals 0. In order for this to be 0, each factor can be 0. So we either we have 2x minus 1 equals 0 or x plus 9 equals 0. So from the first one we get x equals 1/2. From the second one we get x equals -9. So both of them are real numbers, and these are the solutions. In here. Solutions we are looking for. Alright, thank you very much for listening. I hope everything is clear, and please do some more examples yourself.